Hey, welcome back to No Hype Beer Reviews. Unless it's your first time, then welcome. Please consider subscribing. If you do, hit the notification bell, get all the updates. I'm really excited about today's video. It's a beer courtesy Hot Butcher for the World. Thank you so much for sending it. I really appreciate it. It's different, and that's why I'm excited for it. It's called Cold Pizza. Awesome can art, as always, by Dan Jetza. And it's Citra and Vic Secret. Obviously, I love Citra. And Vic Secret has been kind of growing on me. Not that I never disliked Vic Secret, but it's definitely something that I kind of am more excited about when I see it. But here's what's really exciting to me. Cold India Pale Ale, 6% ABV. So it's, if I'm remembering correctly, when they put that cold first there, that it's kind of like when they're doing the fermentation, it's like making a lager versus like cold fermentation versus a warm fermentation. So it might have a little bit of like a lagery vibe mixed in, so almost maybe like an IPL thing going. I don't know. And I'm almost positive it's a clear beer, and I probably shouldn't say anything too bad about clear beer until I see if it is or not. Let's get into it. Proper glassware, so I know it's going to taste good. Yeah, okay. I was going to say, I was pretty sure this was a relatively clear beer. Yeah, great can art. Yeah, I mean... Although it's making my glass have some, make it look like it's dirty. Oh, that's beautiful. You know what's nice about this being a clear beer? Because I use this glass, almost always when I review a Hot Butcher beer. They have a hop etched into the bottom of the glass to, release some bubbles. A lot of these beers are hazy, so it's like hard to tell that that's working. But in this beer, I hope it's coming across on camera. You can see that it is doing that more in the center. I mean, just a beautiful looking beer. And actually, I'm kind of glad I mentioned like the lager thing, because it does kind of look, pilsnery. Oh, actually, kind of, if a pilsner and maybe a clear West Coast style IPA had a baby. Not a sentence I thought I was going to say today. About a finger of head when I poured it. It's white. I mean, it's not even off-white. Small bubbles, kind of sudsy, but not really, because like they're too tiny, but they're, I don't know, it's that color. It's interesting. Looks the part. Let's get into the aroma. I get a nice bright citrus. I'm leaning orange with a little bit of lemon, which sometimes makes me then think grapefruit. I'm sticking to those two specific in that it's not morphing into a grapefruit thing. There's a soft, unripened pineapple. Not surprised with the Vic Secret. The Galaxy, when that kicks out pineapple, it's like more intense for me usually, like crushed pineapple in a can. Whereas Vic Secret typically, again, this is typically because things can be different obviously and be used different and the outcome can be different, is usually a softer pineapple and less ripe. And I'm getting that. There is a little, and maybe I'm just putting it into my brain because everything I was saying about it being clear in the process and a little bit of like a lager pilsner thing, but I can see a nice grassy herbaceous note. A little bit of peach, which I was wondering because I've been getting that a lot with Citra lately. It smells killer. There's also just like a generic fruitiness. It smells really nice. Let's get into the glass. Cheers. Thanks again, Hot Butcher. That's delicious. And again, like I was saying, the reason I'm so excited for this is it's different. And I'm going to sound like a broken record if you watch a lot of my reviews. I love drinking New England style IPAs. I love it. Sometimes it's tough to review them because it's a lot of the same, or like the overlap from beer to beer is pretty intense, a lot of the same notes and the mouth feels good and things like that. And so it's nice to do a beer, especially by a brewery that I do a lot of their New England style IPAs, LIPAs, triple IPAs. So it's nice to, when a brewery like that does these other styles very well. For me, just on a beer reviewer front, a beer drinker front, and on a palate front, this is great. Like I'm loving everything about this. And I also probably should emphasize, it's not just because it's different, but it's probably why I'm really excited about it. Because it's also just a delicious beer. You do get that orange for sure. I do get a little bit of lemon, so I'm going to stick with that, like I said, in the aroma. where it's not melding into some sort of grapefruit thing. Now, in the aftertaste, then you could maybe convince me that it's less orange and lemon and more grapefruit lemon, which is kind of interesting. So it's very dry finish that way, which makes it, so you want to drink more. It's light, but it's fruity. It's got some of that bitterness. It does drink, in some ways, like more of a West Coasty kind of IPA. There's a little bit of that, like IPL versus IPA thing. It does drink much more like an IPA to me, though. But I think, and I remember they did at least one other one like this. I think I've only had one. Maybe they've done more. I think I got a similar note in that as well, where it was there, but it was very subtle. It wasn't, too dominant of a lagered flavor, or pilsnery kind of a thing. But there was some of it, and the same thing's true here. Like I was saying about the aroma too, there's a little bit of that unripened pineapple. It's not a lot for my palate. I'm not getting the peach thing that I got in the aroma, so that's kind of also interesting. It's crisp, which is nice too. And there is like that generic tropical fruitiness. Really just generic fruitiness. I don't have to be that as specific with the tropical. This is killer. They're saying orange zest. I can see that. Dried mango and juicy pineapple. Yeah, I mean, definitely the orange zest. I get the zesty thing. I think my orange with some lemon is their orange zest note right there with you. Dried mango did not cross my mind at any point. And the juicy pineapple, I mean, clearly I was saying unripened pineapple, so a little bit difference there. But I mean, it does have some pineapple, so I mean, I think that's the bigger takeaway. The mango, maybe that's my like generic fruit, generic tropical thing, but I'm not going to fight them on that one. Not that I would fight them on any of this stuff. People have different palates and taste and sensory stuff. But I'm wondering if we're describing the same thing two different ways there. It's a killer beer. Yeah, I think my excitement's coming across. I hope it is anyway. Thanks again for sending. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate that. Check me out on Instagram and on Untappd. It's No Hype Beer Reviews at both those places. So please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, imbibe. Cheers, everyone.